Online, can you able to hear me? Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Good. Yeah, I'm good too. At least after some time, people are coming. Good. Let's see. Let's share the screen. Let's discuss our favorite concept, JavaScript. Can we start? Yeah. Now see. they- వస్తుందా? Okay. See everyone, focus here. Yesterday we discussed something called decision making statements. Did anyone have any doubts in the decision making statements? Is everyone clear? So what we discussed yesterday, let me give you a quick recap. We discussed decision making statements if else, if nested if, and switch case. These two are called decision making statement because they will just take one decision and they will go inside. Once their particular block code is over, they will come out. They will not go again and again, right? So that's why they are called decision making statements. And after these things, what we discussed something called operators in between. Okay. We discussed some kind of operators. We discussed arithmetic operators. We discussed uh, assignment. We discussed relative, increment, decrement, right? Huh? Now after this, I think we started loops, right? Did we started loops? Did we started while and all? Yeah. Okay, we will discuss it again, loops, don't worry. Okay. Now before we come to loops, sir, let me give you some of the weirdness of JavaScript again. Let's ask some questions and let's see how many of you people can answer it. Hmm. If I write 2 plus 2, what it can be? That's good. What if I put a plus before? Why so? Oh, okay. I told you this. That's good. Now let me show you one weird thing. Uh, null equals to 0. Is null is equals to 0? You know null is one data type, right? You know 0 is number, right? Yeah, that's good. Null greater than 0. Is it true? That's good. Null greater than or equals to 0. You know that's how it works. Basically, the JavaScript will work in this way. Why? Because when you go for double equals, sir, you know, greater than or equals to, or this double equals to comparisons, how it will work? How? Let me teach you. Basically, when you compare two elements, you have one thing. If you remember, I told you double equals and triple equals, right? If you compare two elements in double equals, what will happen? For example, if I take string empty string double equals 0. So when you compare two elements, the empty string or the number 0, both are same. According to it, there is no wrong in it. But if I make it 3 zeros, obviously 3 equals, they are false. So what will happen internally inside the JavaScript is, JavaScript will compare two elements when you give two equals. There is by default, it has a definitive, comparison. Definitive comparison means automatically it will convert the data type. When you give two equals, automatically what it will do, automatically it will convert one of the element into the other one's data type, and it will starts to compare. So the empty string will convert it into the number, or the number will be converted into the empty string, whoever have the precision more, and then they both will be compared equally, and they think it is true. But when you give three equals, you are making the third equals to make the flag of decision, whatever the precision one is there, you will make it that one false. So ultimately what will happen, it will not convert exactly however it is there, it will compare. When it is not converting, when the type correction is not happening, it will not give you true. That one is easy, this comparison. Same thing will happen in this also. What we assume that null greater than or equals to 0 means null may be greater than 0, null may be equals to 0, right? Null is not greater than 0. Null is not equals to 0 also. But when you are doing it null greater than or equals to 0, instead of comparing null value with 0, it will convert the null value into number. And after converting it, it is comparing it. Okay. This is one of the defect of JavaScript actually. In TypeScripts, we will do this kind of things. Okay. So when you go with less than or equals to, also same actually. See, when you go with something like null less than or equals to 0 also, you will get true. Null less than or equals to 0 true, null greater than or equals to 0 true, but null equals to 0 is false. You got my point? So when you are trying it, my sincere suggestion is, try to do as much as weird comparisons. In JavaScript is the only language where type is not there. If you are going with your Java or Python and all, we have types. Now basically they removed type in this JavaScript in the web development. Now you can compare how much whatever the data type with whatever the data type you like. Okay, then you will find it more and more interesting things. Why don't it convert when we use double equals? See, this is very interesting point. Actually, double equals also will convert only. Now here, when I do this, this is interesting point. Someone asked this. Now, null double equals to 0. Whatever the same thing, string also it will convert now. Now also it will convert. But the point is, when null is converting at this particular point, when it is directly equals to, it will convert it, but it is converted as object. Null will become an object now. Okay. Now null is not a normal data type. Now null will become an object, and the 0 will become the number only. In that cases, it can't get the values. Do you know that you can create the objects here? See, for example, let boolean equals to, let b equals to false. Okay. If I write b, if b console, now see, now what answer it will print? What answer it will print? Fail. Perfect. Perfect. It's absolutely right. Because the B value is false, it is going into else case. I wrote it in single line here. Don't get confused with that. Okay. But the same thing, let's see it another way. Let A equals to new boolean false. So this is also, now also A value will become false only. If you see, A value is boolean false only. Okay. It's not direct false. Now if I do it, if if I write it here instead of B, if I write it here A, now what do you think it will print? It should print false, fail only, na? No, it will print success. You know why? Because A is not a boolean here. You will think A is boolean. See, A, it is showing it as boolean. But if you write it here type of A, it will print it as object. The more you go, the more depth it will make you under. Okay. So the JavaScript has too much depth because it has wide use of the components. Millions of the people uses the JavaScript. For example, if you go for Java or Python or something, everywhere there will be some choice. Any programming language you choose, someone don't know Python, okay, still they can exist with the Java. Someone don't know Java, they can exist with PHP. But everywhere digital presence goes with the footprint of JavaScript. Without JavaScript, there is no browser. Browser cannot understand, in real cases, actually, browser don't understand TypeScript or React or Angular. Everything is JavaScript. If you go for Node, if you go for React, or if you go for anything which comes under the browser scope is JavaScript. Your programming languages will go into the servers, but whatever comes on the screen is JavaScript only. Na? How many websites are there in the universe? So that much JavaScript is there. So obviously, when more people use it, more kind of new features will be there. Okay. So that's why I want you to experiment in these things. Now, the reason for why it is not doing it when it double equals, it will convert it as an object. When it is comparing with less than or greater than, automatically it will convert it into the number. Okay. Okay. Now let's come back to the class. Let's see here. HTML, CSS2. Sir, in the notes, I just mentioned you the notes, sir, here. You can see it here. Notes is also provided in the drive also, sir. You can check it in the drive also. The notes will be there. Now here, I will just show you once. The basics of JavaScript. Okay. Completely. Where, let, const. Okay. With each one their example and their own things. And the complete PDF is their whole JavaScript until the end. You can use this PDF. Okay. And you can maintain your own running notes also. It's very good. But anytime you get doubts also, it will be available, and code also, always code will be shared with the GitHub. Okay. Now see here, ma. First, they explained what is var, what is let, what is const. After that, we will just see it like what is the differences between the let and const and all the things. We won't use var, we will use always let and const because it's a modern way of saying it. And at the same time, they have a new way of, security. If you write it var, it will directly store into the window. Okay. And it has some concept, some weird concept called hoisting. You can call them before its actual initialization. But in the cases of before initialization, let and const will not be used because they are in the temporal let zone. Okay. Now next, primitive data types, and each data type, their own methods also I explained there. Okay. You can check it in your free times. Now, where we are, and next, conditional statements. We discussed about functions also, it is there, but in the flow, conditional statements comes next here. Now then next, for loops. We will discuss today for loops, sir, and the methods are also there. Now, let's discuss loops. Let's discuss loops. Decision making, decision loops.js. Now, index.html. Now, what is this? Okay. Now let's understand loops, sir. Loops means loops basically loops basically are repetitive block of code. Loop means basically a repetitive blocks of code. So one particular code is there, that particular code will execute again and again and again and again. That is what we will call loop. In the loop, it is there. But sir, can I do it using the if loop only, like if statement only? Can I do like that? You can do it if you use keyword called continue. Okay, but basically we won't prefer that things because it will give you higher production errors. Okay, so but normal if cannot do that. Okay, so normally if or the switch are decision making statements, they won't render again and again and again. Once the execution is over, they will come back. But here loops will go on until the system becomes false, until the particular block will become false. What does it mean by block, sir? Block means from open brace to close brace. That particular one, we already seen it in the let wire const, right? Online, am I clear? See, I wanted the JavaScript, every single point you guys to know. If basics you are strong, today we will have functions and the DOM. That's it. Now loops. After loops, we will go to the DOM, and DOM onwards you will get it 100% clarity. Why? Because DOM onwards you will do again build the sites. When you are building the sites again, you will use HTML, again you will use CSS and all the things. You will understand it easily. But at the back end, you need to understand these programming concepts. Okay. Okay. The last concept is the loops. Now, okay. Now see, first we have while block, sir. While loop. While loop, how it will be? Any loop will have three things. One is initialization, and with the condition, and obviously open brace to close brace, some code will be there. At the end of the code, you will have something called updation. Any code, any block, or any loop, basically, in any language you will go, have three things. Initialization, what is the initial point it will start? Condition, what is the condition it will go? And updation. I think yesterday we have seen it, right? Now let's start our task. Now go here. I just opened it. Where is it? Here. Yeah. Now go here, loops. Now, okay, I think yesterday we discussed and we did this code also. Now print uh, print alternative letters from a given string. Use while loop. Sir, this is a basic interviews question, sir. That's why I'm doing it. Normally, JavaScript, if you just learn, what is the point in when you go for interviews, people will get confused. Now, I want you to understand in the interview perspective only. Interviewer will ask you simple question. Now, I will give you, see, you will ask prompt. Okay, prompt will give you one string. Okay, in real time scenarios, HTML will give, we will understand later. Whatever prompt or HTML, it doesn't matter. If I give string Prasad, okay, now what, sorry, okay, see, Prasad is the input, and output should be P A A. That's it. Because alternative strings. Did you get my point? Anyone have any doubts in the question? This question is clear. What is the question? You will take one string. Now later what you can do? Whatever the methods you already learned, based on that methods only try. I think we discussed basic array methods, right? But you forgot, right? My point is that only. Think. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Put something in the paper. Something. Whatever you feel it. Don't write something. Okay? Write some logic which you feel. Online people write it in comments. And I will also do it my solution. Okay? And then we will think about it. Where you are stopping it, you will understand it. Okay, ma? But never ever assume that I don't know. No. If you stop it without putting your pen, if you don't start it, you will never get it. Start it. Online, start to type it. Come on, take the challenge. Hey, you all know while loop how to write it, right? Use your skin. I can do it in 3 ways. Console.log. Yeah, good. Okay, the first line is this. Let str equals to prompt enter a number. So like this, friends should give each other one task and they should practice it. That is how you will become great programmer. And when you try lead code problems, one person will give, one friend will give another friend their own lead code problem, they will get it. Can we use indexing on it? Sakshi Kale. That is excellent. Use indexing. Obviously, every string is actually indexing. Without indexing, how you can use it? Use indexing. That is good point, ma. Sakshi Kale is right. Indexing, you have to use it. Think, print it in console. Is it clear? हो गया మంచిది while loop తెలుసా you know that you know while loop which programming languages you learn only HTML you don't know any programming language in Python for while loop is not there Python while loop is there na oh ఇంకా డేటా టైప్స్ ఉన్నారా సారీ then it will take time okay no worries arrays did you attend my arrays class no worries I will only teach everything okay yeah it's all about your thinking ma now let's make it so simple here okay, let the other people think in the meanwhile. I will teach for the people who don't know. First, I will go with teaching the while loop. What is while loop? While loop means it will take some value, sir. For example, here, if I take one value, sir, basically, if a value is there, let something I equals to 10. Okay, this is called initialization. That means initial value. What is the initial value of I? 10. Now, if I write it here, while I less than 20 I less than 20 this is a condition so it will check the condition is 10 is less than 20 or not true if it is true it will go inside if it is not true it will not go inside that is a basic logic now I am just printing it console.log I okay then after doing this all you know what will happen again it will come and check first 10 less than 20 it will print 10 and again it will come and it will check it again 10 less than 20 again it will print again it will print so it will become infinite loop right or not you want to break it to one point now see if I put I plus plus here this is called updation what is that updation so three things are there initialization condition updation now, if you see here, ma, initially I value is 10. Now 10 less than 20. What is 10 less than 20? True. So it will go inside. It will print 10. Then 10 plus plus. What is this? 10 plus plus 11. 10 plus plus will become 11. Yesterday I told you plus plus means it will do increment now. So now here 10 plus plus will become 11. Now again it will check. 11 less than 20. True. So it will print 11. Then again 12 less than 10. 12 less than 20. True. Then when it will break? 20 less than 20 will become false So till 19 it will print. When it becomes 20, it will be false. So how many times it iterated? 10 times. 10, 11, not 9, 10. 10 to 19 are 10 times. Okay? Yeah. Now, now this is what the logic. Now, let's come back to my question. You know what is the question I gave? My question is, I will take one str prompt. So the prompt means automatically it will ask me one question. Give me a string. Okay, I gave one string. And where is this string is stored? Str. Where is this string is stored? So simple. I will do it in multiple ways. Now I am printing it while let's take I value 0. Let's take something called I less than I value 0, I less than str dot length. Str dot length. What does it mean by length? Length means total how many? How many letters are there? We don't know. Till now, we did not give any string. For example, if I give Prasad, total length of the string is 6. But values will store it from 0 to 5 places only. Na? String will be also be stored as array only. Index values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 index values. So I will just print it here. What I'm printing it, sir? Console dot log str I. Now go here and check it here. Now if I give here Prasad, now it will print. Okay, sorry, wrong. Now here Prasad. Why it is going at loop 1,000 times? Because I did not put any plus plus. See? Because every time it will be same. Let's stop it right. Array. Seriously. Let's go here. Let's run it again. Is it the same thing? HTML live కొట్టాలి కదా? Huh. Now it is asking me one value and I'm giving Prasad. And if I give it, let's see what it is printing it. It print everything. So this is first line. So some people like in online, Darshini gave me answer or Rakesh gave me answer. That is excellent. So now what it is printing? It is printing every letter. It is printing every letter, right or not? I want alternative letters. P want, R don't want. A want, S I don't want. Like that. Ah, now you are thinking, right? I want this thinking to come back only. Okay, 10 minutes back it should come. Now, some people in the online think very nicely, ma. Now see, if I use something called here inside this while, if I put it here, instead of directly printing it, if I say it like if I modulus 2 equals to 0, or I modulus 2 equals to 1, then alternative 1 will come. Now go and see. Now if I see Prasad, what did everyone understand what I did? I just checked it, whatever the index value, is it odd or even? Okay. Now if I go here, 1, now it is printing RSD. Okay, first index, third index, fifth index. If I go with here 0, it will print in 0 index, second index, fourth index, which is what I want. This is one approach. Let's do it in more and more different ways. You can do it in different ways, sir. This is not the only one. You know what I can do? I can even convert this str, let values equals to str dot split. What is that? Split. You know what if I do split? Do you guys know what is that? Split means if you remember, I told you how to do that. Split means it will divide that whole thing. Now, if I give Prasad array of Prasad Prasad something will become. Now, values is also one array now. Same thing I can do with the values. Now, what is the benefit here? You can use array methods. Array methods means what if someone asks you to reverse this array? Go from back to first. Now, this values array I can use reverse method. Or if someone asks you to sort them, I will use this value sort method. Are you getting my points? While loop everyone will understand. If loop everyone will understand. And array methods everyone will understand. But in interviews, when they ask you to combine these things, that is what you have to understand. Okay? Yeah. Now, I hope everyone clear with the while loop. Any doubts with the while? No. Now, next one. Uh, we didn't do arrays. Did we do the arrays? We did array methods, right? No, basic one only, like split and all. We didn't cover the map, filter, reduce. I know that. Those things I said I will cover it after for. Okay. But basic arrays I covered, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now, without converting also you will get it. And if you convert it also you will get it. It's like you can do multiple ways this one. Now, next one. Next one. What you can do? Same thing. Whatever you did it in the while, you can do something called do while. Do while. You know what is do while will do? Same thing, whatever the while do while also will do. But actually, do while is called exit control loop. While and for are called entry control loop. That means whenever you are entering into the condition only, it will check the condition. Whenever you are entering the loop, it will check the condition. Entry control. Exit control means whenever you are leaving the loop, then it will check the condition. Same thing it will do. How it will do? Let me write it here. The logic is so simple. If I write it here, let I is equals to 1. Now here, while, do while, do. Usually we won't use much of the do while or while in the JavaScript. In JavaScript, majority parts comes with for only. Okay. Now here I will write it something called console.log I, and here I will check it while, and I will check one condition I less than 10, and here I plus plus. Now, sir, you know how it will be done? So simple. First, it will check I value equals to 1. True or false? True. True means go inside. After it goes inside, it will print the console.log I. Now, what is I value? 1. After that, I value will become 2. It will check it 2 is less than 10 or not. True. Then again, it will go up. And again, it will come and it will print 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 until the 10. When the I value becomes 10, that means here it will print 9 only. Here it will print 9 and I value will become 10. Then 10 less than 10, false, and it will not go inside, right? Sir, same thing if you do it while also you will get the similar one. Then what is the difference here? Here you are checking at the entry point, na? Imagine you are going to the movie. Whenever you are going into the movie, at the starting point only, before you enter to the theater, they will check the ticket, right? Right? That is while control, normal while entry control. Imagine some one theater is there where when whole movie is over, when you are coming out, they are checking the tickets. Okay. Now, what is the benefit of that? You can watch one show freely, right? If you go to the movie, And what if you don't have ticket when you are going out? Anyway, you watch the movie, right? Are you getting my point? The same way will happen. For example, I value is 1000, 10,000. 10,000 is not less than 10. According to my logic, it should not print. But here, anyway, it is checking at the end. So it will aram se print the 10,000 and it will make it I value plus plus and then it will stop it. You got it, my point? So one free execution of the loop will come. Clear? Is it clear, ma? Now see if you see it, the same. Why it is asking this? Now if you see 10,000 will, if it is while loop, if the condition is satisfied, not satisfied, you will never get it. But do while without satisfying the condition also you may get it. Okay. So this has to be careful when you use do while. Now not but not least, sir, here for. Sir, interesting point is this. You have to focus on everyone come to the senses. Focus on this thing, ma. Because this one you will deal with every day. Whatever the things we are gonna discuss it and have a complete clarity. Normally in your normal programming languages, you will have only one for. But here in JavaScript, we have for in, for off, we have for each, and we have several other methods also. For example, in maps, filters, reducers, we have several functions. Okay, we will discuss all of them now. First thing, what is this four kinds of for? What is for? What is for in? What is for each? What is for off? Those things we will discuss. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing now. Basically, what is the first for? So same thing will be done for do while. How do you do the do while? Do while means do. After that, you will have, okay, initially you will have some initialization and then do. And inside this, some code you will do. And then you will do some updation. And at last, when you are coming out, you will do condition. Okay. Sir, interesting point is many of the developers like to prefer for loop only. The reason for this is inside the for loop, you will have condition, initialization, updation in one line only. Okay. Now, how the standard for? It is called standard for. Standard for means normal for. You all know normal for loop. You all know normal for loop, right? See, let me tell you. For the syntax is so simple. Initialization, condition, updation. Initialization, condition, and updation, sir. Okay. Normally, any for loop will go with these three things, and inside this, you can put arams a code. So you don't need to worry about putting updation in the code. Everything will be done in one line only. Why the programmers prefer this thing, if you go for while loop, imagine you are writing some 100 lines in one loop. Okay, after 100 lines somewhere you will put updation, and at the before 100 lines somewhere you will put a condition, and initialization you don't know where you will put it, only somewhere where way before, whenever the program starts. So if you are reading your code, you have to first see where the initialization is there, and again come to the condition, and again you have to go to the updation to check it one time the loop how it execute, right? Instead of having it this much messy, all the things will be in one line. That is why we use for loop. Okay, ma? Now, how this for loop will work, sir? Same like this. So for loop also will execute in the similar way, sir. First, it will check the initialization, sir, and then it will go for the condition, sir. Initialization will be done only first time. After that, it will go to the condition and it will check condition is true or false. If it is true, it will go inside. If it is false, it will go out of the loop. Then after running whole code, again it will come to updation and it will check it. It will make the updation, whatever you say. If it is plus plus, it will increment 1. If it is plus equals to 2, it will increment by 2, however you want it. Then after this, again it will come back here. Again it will come to the condition, and again it will check it. If it is true, it will come inside. It will false, it will go outside. Same like how your normal loops will work, for also will work it in similar way. Okay, this is standard for, sir. Normal for. Unfortunately, we won't use standard for also in majority of the cases, but I'm just telling you how the standard first works. Later we will understand for in, for off, for each, because we will use it majority of the cases, these three things only. Okay, now let's write it, sir. Let me write it standard for. Standard for. Now inside the standard for, sir, let's take it for, let I is equals to 10, I less than or equals to 20, I plus plus. Now let's write it here, console.log I. Can anyone tell me how many times the loop iterates, ma? No, 11 times is right. Whoever said that. Because 10 to 20 are 11 numbers. Okay. So 10, 11, 12, if you count it, it will be 11 numbers. Okay. Now, no. If you count it, actually, you will get it. 11 to 20 are 10, and 10 is extra. Okay. So funny, initially it will come here, and you can see it also in the output. See, total 11 numbers are there. Okay. Now, no, why host changer came. Now, so use this for loop. Everyone, task is this. Use standard for, standard for, and print, mm, print even numbers from 1 to 20 in reverse. Come on, 2 minutes. It's not a big deal. Put your mind, okay? Don't keep it up. Like, don't stop it up. Keep it. Yeah. Online, anyone get any doubts? You can tell me, ma. Try it. So how do you do that? So when you really try these things, ma, you will get questions more and more. Good, Godugu Sittu. Actually, the logic is wrong. You exactly took opposite Godugu Sittu. I want it from 1 to 20, 10 greater than 20. Huh? Why 10 came? Neelu Jayasuriya is actually. No, see, I did not said till 10. I said it like it should start from, it should go to 0. I minus minus is right. And Neha Patil, no, something wrong. It will, if you go with that Neha Patil, it will print the values from 0 to 20. I want it in reverse order. I said it. See, guys, I said 1 to 20, but I said it in reverse order. That means what the first number will print? 20. What is the last number? 2. Even numbers they are. Go with that. Print it. Rakesh is actually good, but logic is condition is wrong, Rakesh. Srilata, enter a number. Why you are taking it prompt when I only gave you both the things? Kajal, Kajal is right. It works. Okay, similar logic. It's okay, good. Mohammed Faiz, right. No, Mohammed Faiz is wrong. Why you took condition is wrong, Mohammed Faiz. Check it, Mohammed Faiz. Condition is wrong. Okay. So what is the logic, ma? For let I is equals to 20. Very good. I less than, I should be greater than equals to 1. Some people took it as 0 because see requirement, see the requirement. The requirement is 1 to 20. There is no 0 there. Okay. So I will put it 1. And here I minus minus. That's it. And whoever did the mistake, please rectify yourself. 20. Now even numbers I want it. Minus equals to 2. Some people really good, they put it inside if loop and they check it inside the if loop. But problem is this, sir, you think it both are right, only which one you can do it's good, but in reality optimization is also a good play. See, if I put it if loop inside, what is that means? It means 20 numbers will be generated. Every number it will check it true or false. Like if for even or odd, then events it will print. But here in my case, only 10 numbers will come. By default, coming only 10 numbers are coming. So my process will be faster than that. Anyway, it will be microseconds, but still this 3 lines are faster than that 4 lines. That's it. You got my point? Yeah. Okay, someone said a nice thought. You can put it I greater than 0 also. It's obviously you can put. Okay. I don't want to involve 0. I wanted to involve 1 and 20. That is why I did that. Okay. Now, this is a basic standard for na. Now, keep it up. Now, next I will tell you, next, next one. Do take one array, take one array and print elements of that array, of that array using standard for. Okay. This is what I did it same thing earlier. Okay. I am taking one eraser now. I can't like, yeah, I can take const also. ARR, I will use better. Let ARR equals to, I'm taking one array 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 or 6. Now I want you to write one for loop. That for loop should start from the starting of the array, the end of the array. It should print all the elements in the array. Can you do that? Similar thing I did it with while loop, right or not? To print my name, same thing. Yeah, Priya Magna right? Now online people also can try it. The task. There is a reason for this one why I gave this task, because we will implement the same task using standard for off, for in, for each, all the things quickly. Clear? How do you do that? Quick. Good. So I'm doing it. I want you to do it faster than me. So let I equals to 0, I less than ARR dot length. If anyone take it directly 5, 6, I don't accept it. It should be ARR dot length, because your program should be scalable to whatever the input is. Right? I am giving static input. That doesn't mean you should take it 5 or 6. Okay. So AR dot length, and then here I plus plus, then it will iterate through the eraser, then it will print console dot log ARR of I. Good. Rakesh is right. Abdul Mukbin is right. And I liked it. You used template literal. That is good, Mukbin. Okay. Yeah. Muhammad Faiz is right. Good. Muhammad Faiz, you used array dot length minus 1. if you guys understand it, what is array dot length here? What is array dot length here? 6. Array dot length is 6, but it will stay till 5. If you are writing array dot length, put less than. If you want to write it like array dot length minus 1, then put it here less than equals to. That's it. Okay. That's the only difference. Except that everything will work fine. Right? Now let me take this all things block. Now go here and check it. Now you are gonna understand all the for loops now immediately. See, now elements it printed now. Now it printed elements directly, right? Same thing I will do it. Now see, same thing I will do it in a different way now. I will write it for everyone focus here for let I of ARR and console dot log I. So I don't need to take it. See, anytime I think for the people who practiced this thing will understand every time array value anyway starts with 0 only, right or not? Every time it ends to be array dot length only, right or not? Every time it has to be plus plus only, right or not? So then JavaScript developers think about it. They think it like anyway every time it is same. Why do you have to struggle for that? We will give you one default function. This for of is like the default for. Now for arrays, especially for arrays, we will use for of. Now you know what it will print? If you go and see, both will print the same out. If you say line number 77, whatever it is printing, line number 81, whatever it's printing, it is same. Both are printing the same thing in the same array. But which is easy here. You don't need to, in the standard for, you will take the index values and you will go to the each index and you will print them. But here I means is not index. Here I means actually value. Okay. Whatever the value which is inside the array. Okay. Here I means directly ARR of value. ARR of 0 is first I, ARR of 1 is second I, ARR of 2 is third I, like that. Is it clear, ma? Again, for of for of will be commonly used for arrays. Commonly used for arrays. We can use it for objects and all also, but there are some problems with that. But we will majorly we will use it for arrays only. Arrays. And it by default, it by default checks the values of arrays. Okay. Directly it will only check the values. Okay. So whenever you want to go to each and every value in this particular one, you will go with this, sir. Okay. But sir, you know what is the problem here? Now, what is the problem here? If you want index values, now I want to print the index values. I want to check it some conditions. Okay. Now I will say it like I want to print. You may say it like, sir, I want to print it only even index number values. First 0 index value only I want print. The second index only I want to print. And you know what I have to say? What do you have to do? You have to do ARR dot char at no index of ARR dot index of I. Did you remember we discussed something called index of and all? It will give you the index. Then I will check it if the index is equals to 0. Then it will make the process somewhat complex. Yeah, Muhammad face is actually right. Okay. Now, so standard, if it is Java, if it is for of is directly accessing the values, not the index values. Okay, but normal for it will access the, it's like your wish. Normal for can be access index or anything. It's not by default. Okay, you can do whatever you like. Standard for means, but by default, for of will access the values. For of will access the values. Now let's go, sir. Same thing. I will write the same logic. Same logic. Now you will understand it actually differences. Most people will get it this one only confused, but actually it's easiest one. Now I'm writing the same code for all, just I'm changing it for into for off to for in. Can anyone guess what it will print? In the line number 85, can anyone guess what it will print? Same thing, whatever I did it in line number 80, previous loop, and this one, I put the same thing. Only instead of off, I put in. Then in here, it printed the values, right or not? It printed 2, 3, 5, like that. Now, can anyone guess here what it will print? Huh? Index. The guess is absolutely right. It will print index. You know what it will print? 0, 1, 2. eh, Go here. See? Line number 85. So by default, for in is used for the indexes. For off is used for the values. Sir, normally we will use it for in for objects. You won't use it for in for arrays. Okay, so for in is commonly used for objects to get specific data, to get specific value for each key. So for respective keys, to iterate through the whole object, you will use something called for in. Okay, usually objects uses the for in, and the arrays uses the arrays uses the for off. Okay, now let's create one object, sir. Here, let's create one object here. Let data equals to here name Raj. Now age 50. I'm giving is good, true. So I'm giving some values. Inside this data object, three values are there, right or not? And I think you know basic objects also. If you remember, name, age, good, these are called keys. We already discussed objects, ma. Those are called key value pairs. Did you remember? Did you remember, ma? Now, if you write it here, if you want any name value, how you will print it, sir? Console.log. If you write it data.name, what you will get? Data.name. Automatically it will print, right or not? Now go here, and if I write it here, name Raj will come. Sir, do you know you can do another notation also, like array notation. If you write it here, data, like in a string array, do you know it will also print the Raj? So objects, in objects, for each key to access the values, you have two ways. One is direct object way, which is dot notation method. That is called dot method. Then second one is called array method, where because objects are also like arrays only. Instead of arrays will store it with index values, na? Objects will store it with key values. Okay, instead of indexes, keys will be there. That's it. Now, if I say data of array key, which is name, automatically Raj will come here. See, like a dictionary, it's true. Now, now here, if I write it instead of this, if I write it here, data. So what I'm doing it for, let I in data. Now I will go here, sir. I will write it here, sir. See what I'm getting it. Name, age is good. What are they? They are keys. They are keys. What if I want the value also? I will say it like name, age, here, I value, comma, data of I. I, comma, data of I. Now if you go and see, name, Raj, age 50 is good, true. Usually to iterate through the objects, you use foreign, and to iterate through the arrays, we use for off. Why, sir? You can use it for arrays also foreign. Na? Actually, you can use it. But there is one concept called prototype inheritance. At that concept, I will tell you one more times why we use it specifically for objects foreign. and for array specifically for off. Okay, but remember these things. Okay, till now any doubts, ma? Is it clear? Like for in, for off, right? Now the bigger fish is coming, which is called for each. What it is called? For each. So for each is a combination of for off and for in. It's like the combination. It will take it the value, it will take it the index also. Both it will take it. Normally it should take it any one, na? No, it will take it both. And interesting point is this, it will not directly come as a loop, it will come as a callback function. Now let me write it here. What is the syntax here? Data, sorry, not data, array. You will use it for arrays only. For each, sir. For each is used for arrays. For each is used for arrays. Now arr dot for each, for each. So for each is a method for arrays, sir. Now here you will write one callback function. See the syntax? It will take one callback function and it will take the index number, sir. It will take the callback function by default and it will take the index number also. Now I will write it here. Here I'm writing one callback function, sir. Callback function means you will write function, open brace, close brace. That's it. Any doubts, ma? Always for each means how you will write it, sir? You will write dot for each and you will put one callback function. For each have so many uses actually. Okay. Sir, you can use normal for now. You can use normal for, sir, lengthy, sir. You won't use standard for because they are lengthy. First point. Second point, if you use for of is limited for value. For in, limited for the index. No, I want to perform some kind of operations. For those kind of things, I can't dependent on, for example, every element. I want to make it some, on every element of the array, I want to perform some things. Okay. You have one array. See, you have one array, like array is Raj, bad, mad, something. Now see, now this is one array, right? Right or not? Now, every word in this array, I want to reverse. Your task is so simple. You have to write a simple for loop. In that for loop, it should take each and every element, it should reverse it, and it should return a new array. It should print it. Are you clear? Now, sir, that means on every element, you have to write one function. So if you use normal for loop, in that for loop, it will be somewhat big task. You can't use for of, okay, because it will be somewhat more bigger than that. You can't use for each for in also. So if you want to perform one simple task on each and every element, you will use something called callback property. So that you will go with something called for each in those kind of situations. In JavaScript, always you will get that kind of situation only. Can we use array instead of ARR? Yes, you can put it. Whatever the name you gave it here, that you can use it. Okay. My name is ARR. Okay. Now here ARR dot for each, and here I am giving one function, sir. In this function, I will say val. Sir, do I know what is it mean by val? No, no one knows. I put one callback function. By default, whatever the value you give it there, that value will become the values of ARR. Now, if I write it here, console.log val, console.log val. See, if I write it for, see, initially people thought it to make this one shortcut. They made this one shortcut, right? Later, what they thought, array, why we have to put I and off ARR, something bigger one. Let's make it I only. If I put I, it should only understand I should be one element of the ARR and it should print it. Imagine instead of writing this, if I just write it for of I, just like that. That is what they thought it. And that is what actually for each will do. What the for each will do, it will write one array. First, whatever the array you want it, you have to attach it. Dot for each. And inside this, you will give one function. In this function, whatever the value you give, automatically that value will become the value of ARR. Now I am printing it. Can anyone tell me what is the output will be then? What is the output here? 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 6. That is what it will come. Did you get my point? Any doubt, sir? If you are getting doubt now, later it will be difficult. Till now clear? Now, sir, but you said it like for each can be combination of for of and for in. It is directly taking value only. How can it take index? If you give another argument, which is second argument, I'm giving something, any value. Now the second argument automatically will become index. You don't need to tell it. For each by default will take first argument as the value, whatever the name you give, second argument as the index. It can take third argument also in the arrays. We will discuss it later, but it will take it 1, 2 majorly cases. Now here, if I write it val comma I, now it will print with its indexes 2, 0, 3, 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, and 6, 5. Is it clear, sir? Till now, is it clear, ma? Anyone have any doubts? Anyone have any doubts? For each can be worked for strings also. Anything. Basically, string is like array of characters. Okay. So it will work it for anything. By default, if we link ARR with for each, it will take the values as of our array numbers. That's perfect, Darshni. True. Now, now again, your task, guys. Listen to the task carefully and do it. What I can give? Take a string using prompt, using prompt. Take a string using prompt and and print every third digit, every third digit from last. Okay. Now let me give you one string. Give me one string. That was bored actually. Any other name? What's your name? Sai Kumar. Okay, let's give Sai Kumar. Now, now if I give Sai Kumar, it should start counting from last. First it will count R. Okay. Now R is okay. A. R is 1. A is 2. M is 3. So it will print the M. And again, U, K, I it will print. And then, oh, ho gaya. There is no other third index. So it will stop. And you can do it with normal for also, sir. Now, my question is, until you understand this for in for ops, try to do it with any task, simple task. You only yourself give questions, and that task, try it with normal for, try it with for in, for off, and for each, so that you will understand the comfortability of where you are. And I want you to try these things. This is just a building. Anyway, most of the people don't use lead code and all. That's why I am only giving it these things. In lead code, also, this kind of small things only will be there. In interviews, also, they will ask similar things. Online, if anyone has the solution, post it. I want to see it. I want you to specifically use the for each only. Don't use any other thing. You can do it other one also. Sai Kumar especially have to do your name on. Do it. Online, anyone tell me? I will also try it. let str equals to prompt enter a string. Now, sir, you can't directly apply for each with strings. See, if I want to apply for each with string, it will not work like that. See, is uh, no, for each is not there. If you see, so how do you do that? If I want to apply to string, first you have to make it a split. Okay, then you will get it array. Then if you try it, you will get the for each. Okay, understand ma? You can do it for strings, but you can't do it directly. Okay, and for each is specifically array method. Is it clear? Sir, use in range, we can use it. Sir, for in, you can use for in range also, you can use that. And then I don't want to use it for in actually. Uh, const position array dot length minus 3 error dot for each I value if position is equals to. No, Rakesh, your logic will be, only the character which will have array dot length minus 3 will come. Okay, last character only will come. If it is Sai Kumar, in that only M will come. It will not come all the things. Sir, if we do split, then index we will have to get it. By default index you will get it now. Now see, by default you will get the index, right or not? If I write it here, I. Now what I'm doing it, if, okay, now what you can do, uh, dot length. Sir, if we do split, then index we will get it. I didn't understand. Sai Varun, if you do split, you will get the array na. See, I will do it simple. Console dot log I nothing val. RAJ, yes. Huh? Slice ఆ? ఉంటుంది. What is no slice means slice is different. Slice means it will cut the string. When you want to spell it slicing అంటే okay. No. I thought there is one method named slice. There is one more method splice also. I think I told you na in array we use splice also. Those things can be done here. I don't know the concept of slicing there. Now what we can do, Okay. See, no, you can't get it from last. There is one problem here. You can't get it from last because here I, you are not defining it. I is defining by itself. I is defining by the for each, right? Now, if you take it this one, I is actually what is I value initially? 0, right? So if you want it I value to be in reverse, it will not be possible. But if you want it from starting, you can get it easily. If I do it for example, if I value has to be 5 plus 1, initially I value will be 0, it will be 1, 2, 3 in that case. If I take it modulus 3 equals to 0, then I can write it here console.log here val. Oh, yes. Someone told that is also nice idea. Okay, someone told it reverse method. I can do reverse method also. That is good. That is really good thought. Now I will get it from last only, right? Now why did I do the I plus 1? Because now whatever the I is there, okay, initially I value will be 0. So if I do it plus, I will get it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Then every third element will be in 3 table. Okay. Then I will take those elements only. Are you getting my point, ma? Did you get it? See, now what will happen it automatically every third element it will understand it. When I take it here now, initially I value will be 0, 0 plus 1, 1, or second element will be 2, third element will be 3, like our normal numbers instead of index values. Then every third element means 3 table only, 3, 6, 9 like that. I will check it with that. Okay, clear ma? So try to think about those things when you want to apply some kind of logics. Okay, now same logic which I wanted in earlier case, someone did it. Who did this reverse? I really appreciate it. So, use Mohammed Face, that one is good. Okay, reverse, and Abdul Mubin also used reverse, that is good. So but understand it, for each will take it by default val and I. Okay, value and the I. Now comes to the biggest picture, sir. Now for next 15 minutes focus here. Whoever missed the next 15 minutes, in interviews you can't answer this question. In interviews the first question they are going to ask you majorly is map, filter, reduce only. These three are also array methods only. In array we cover almost all, but in array we forgot three methods which are very important, actually four. For each, map, filter, reduce, four are array methods only. When you go for e-commerce websites, when we, our main project is also e-commerce website, when we built our e-commerce website, this four are very useful. Okay, now let's do this thing, sir. Let's go, let's try this thing. Now there is one array. Let's go here, let's take this array, let's put this array here. Now see this, ma, you have one array and you did for each. What we will get automatically, you will get that value, index, right or not? For each, anyone have any doubts? No. Same thing, whatever I did it for, same thing I will change it into map. How did you understand for each? Same thing, whatever I did for I did for in, for off I did for each. Now I am doing the same for map. I will do the same for filter, I will do the same for reduce also. Then you will understand difference between them and at the same time their actual work also. Okay, let's do how they will work. Sir, map, filter, reduce, for each. Four will take callback functions only. Four will take callback functions. Now, how they will take callback functions? See, ARR dot map. See, ARR dot map. Now, if I take it map, sir, map also will take it callback function, and here also it will take it the basic values. It will take it the index values. It will take it the whatever the value it wants. Now, first, let's give one callback function, sir, here. Function. I will write the same thing here. See, val, comma, I. Anyway, they are local variables. I think for the people who are familiar with Toda programming, they will understand there is one thing called local variable and global variable. Sir, if you return inside the parameter of a function or inside the function, they will become the function's local variable. They can't be accessed outside. And at the same time, see, this val and this val will not have any problem. But if there is a val outside, then there will be a problem starting. Okay. So that is a global variable, can be accessed anywhere. Okay. Now, anyway, now here anyway comes console.log val, comma, I. The only difference between these two is instead of for each, I put map, right? I took the same array. Now go here. In output also exactly same you got, right? Right or not? Sir, then what is the difference, sir? What is the difference between normal for each and what is the difference between map? Now we will see. We can multiply it with map value as strict free. You can do that anything. You can do with for each also, you can do with this also. Now the only difference is, for example, this whole value I am giving it const k equals to, and here I am giving it console.log k, and here const r equals to console.log r. Okay. Now, what is the first one? Just an undefined one. But the next one is an array of undefined. Anyway, because I did not put any returns. Okay. So one point is clear. So let me put it here. Main important things. We will understand it step by step. For each will not return. If for each will return just a value, or it may not return also, or may not return. Why it is used? It will be used for traversing the array. Traversing means like just checking the array, just going through the whole array. Okay, just to check the array whole elements, we will use for each. But map actually returns array. Map will return an array of new values. New values. Now, if I go here, now I'm writing some new logic here. Val, go here, return val asterisk 3. Okay. Now here also same thing I'm doing it. Return val asterisk 3. Now if you go here, now what is happening? I said it return na, but did it return for each? For each will not return basically. For each will not return, sir. It will return undefined basically, because it is not returning and it is storing it somewhere. So it will not return anything. For each is not used for returning something. Now, instead of this, I told you earlier one example. Earlier, someone asked me, earlier I told you one example, like what if I have an array of strings? I have array of names. I have one array in that 10 names are there. Your task is you have to reverse each name and give me new array, right? If you use for each can go to each of the element. For each can go to each of the element and check it each one and can reverse it. After reversing it, it can't return as a new array. You know what you have to do? You have to create another array. You have to push each and every element into that. Okay, but instead of this, if I write it here, map, what it is doing it, map, it is printing it 6, 9, 15, 21, 24, 18. So by default, it is creating one array and it is pushing it, new array. No, sir, I want the same thing, whatever you did it in the map, I want the same thing in for each. You can do that also. I will try the same thing. Let ARR2, I'm taking one empty array. And you know what I will do? I will write it here, ARR2 dot push val asterisk 3. Okay. And then if I do this here, if I do ARR2, can you see it? Now see, I what is actually map is means. Map means now I have requirement. What is the requirement is I have to do each and every task and I have to give a new set of arrays. If you are going with e-commerce website, in e-commerce website, someone will click on add to cart. The moment you click on add to cart, every element you click on add to cart will be given in one array that is called cart array. In your cart, added items will be there. In your added items, every element will be added, na? Right or not? If you use for each, sir, you know what will happen? For each can take those things, but for each cannot make them as array. If you wanted to make them array, you have to create an empty array named cart and you have to push it every time. But if you use map, you don't need to write it, push. You don't need to create an empty array. By default, it will do that. That is why we will use map. Map is like it will, whenever you do some action and based on the action, it will return a new set of array. It will take one array and it will return new array. But for each is like it will take the array and it will use to see the whole elements in the array. Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? Any doubts? No. Did you all understand what is a map use? Is everyone clear? Same thing I'm gonna do now, filter. Online, if anyone have any doubts, tell me, ma. Till now clear? Now let's do one more thing. Now let's try filter. Now const f, which is equals to ARR dot filter. See, this all are e-commerce website only. In e-commerce website, if you do first one map, where you will use map in e-commerce website. Whenever someone click on add to cart or something, all items will be added in our basket or our cart, right or not? Some e-commerce they will call basket. So we will use map. Literally, you will use map because in our e-commerce website, in our company with e-commerce also, we will use that one. Now there is one more option, sir. Once you go to the e-commerce one, and after that you have 1,000 items. Imagine you have 1,000 items, and you will have one button called filter. You click on sort. Sorry, not sort. You click on some Nike. Only the Nike items will be filtered. With the remaining things are removed from the array. Only these things will be taken one by one and will push it into new array, and that array it is showing it. Are you clear my point, ma? They are not removed from the array, right or not? Remaining things are also not removed. If you uncheck it and if you click on with instead of Nike, if you click on Puma, again you will get Puma ones, right or not? Only those things are copying into a new array and it is returning new array. Same thing. How the map will do, it will also return a new array. Now let's do filter, sir. Now here function, and it will also by default, sir. Remember, it will also can take index values. It can also print the things. Same thing for each map, filter, reduce. Four are having same syntaxes. but functionalities are different. Okay, you have to focus on their functionality. Now, specified things, each one is used for their own specific thing. Now here I am just writing it here. Return val which are equals to 0. Now what I'm doing it, only even numbers will come, right or not? Right or not? Sir, if you do map also, you may get the same thing. No, no. You know map what it will do. Now see, both I'm doing it same thing, na? Map I'm doing the same thing and filter I'm getting. Yes, see this. See this array. You know what will happen in the map? In map, it will come 2. 2 is equals to 0 or not? 2 modulus 2. 2 modulus 2 is equals to 0 or not? Yes. So it will come true, false. The answers will be true, false, false, true, false, true, true, like that. So basically, map will check it each and everything and will give you true or falses because you are checking the condition and ultimately you are returning true or false only, right? But filter will not be like that. Filter means this guy is checking true or false. That means this guy wants only true items. So it will return the values directly 286 even numbers. So that's why by default they are calling it filtering. See, go and see it here. Now if I see true, false, true, okay, I did not print this F. So now I will write it here. Console.log F. See, did you understand the difference, ma? When you want to filter only particular elements and make it as a new array, then you will use filter element. But if you, sir, what if I want to try the same thing with map? It won't work. It will go to literally each and every element. Okay, but it will return a new array with whatever the returning values you have. Clear? Is it making sense till now? Any doubts? In e-commerce, you do three things actually. First one, adding your items into cart. Okay, that is done by map. That is done by map. Filtering you do. Filtering is done by this filter. Filtering is done by filter. Now, last but not least, reducing you will do. Online is my voice is okay or is it breaking? Someone now. Last but not least, you will do reducing. Sir, I will tell you what is it mean by reducing one time. Focus here. Let's go to Amazon. Okay, it will ask me login and all. I will like it here only. Amazon. Now see, how many items are there here? Two, na? Now go here. If I go here, Zebronic something. Now what is the total items cost here? 24,744. Right or not? Now I go here and whenever I click on this add to cart, you can see the items cost here. If I click on add to cart, automatically what is happening? My cart items are increasing and my cart price is also increasing. Automatically it is becoming 25,444 with the value of this 698. Right or not? It will happen in every e-commerce website, right? Whenever you click on this, it has to take that price and it has to add it to the previous price. It has to add it to the previous price. And what is the default price? Initial price 0. Initial price is 0. And you know, this functionality can be developed by something called reduce method. What is that? Reduce method. Now let's try reduce method, sir. And if you answer when someone asks you in interview what is map filter reduce, if you answer it like this, ma, 100% you will get the job because you are explaining where you can use it in e-commerce webpage also, and you are giving one example also. You can tell them differences also. Okay. Now same thing I will write it in reduce. Now reduce syntax is somewhat different. Now I will write it reduce const r which is equals to, no, r is already done. Okay, re which is equals to arr dot reduce. See, reduce is there. Okay. Now, sir, reduce will take two arguments. Till now, you are taking only one argument, which is callback function, right or not? You are taking only callback function in the brackets. Now you will take two things. One is callback function, and the second one is what default value. What is the initial starting value? Initial starting value is 0. My cart will start with 0, sir, initially. Okay. What if your application starts with minimum price 500? Okay. You have to pay 500 minimum, and after that, how many items you added, you will get it like that. If you will put instead of 0, 500. Any doubts here? That is called that 0 is called actually accumulated value. Accumulated value. In e-commerce language, we will call it accumulated value. That means the initial value which will get automatically updated every time we do. Any doubts, ma? Any doubts, ma? No. Here it will take two things. One is val, and second one it will take that accumulated or the current value, which is a. I'm taking it as a. Sir, it won't take index, sir. It won't go with indexes only. Filter and map will go with index also, but this one will not care for indexes. What it will do instead, it will return, I'm just returning val plus a. Returning val plus a. Now you know what it will happen. Initially, what is value? 2. Now let me print it here. Console.log re. Initially, what is first value in the ARR? 2. So initially val is 2, sir. 2 plus what is the a value? Yes, very good. Initial value is 0. So 2 plus 0, 2. It will just stop it. It will not give you direct answer. Until the array is over, it will not stop it. Now answer is 2. Now a value will become 2, sir. What is a value? 2. If you do the programming logics, you to sum of digits and all, you have to do so much logic. But in reduce method, you can do it in one line only. Now here, next time, val, val is there. Now again, what is the next val? 3. 3 comma, now what is a? 2. Now it will make it 3 plus 2. Now 5 will become the a value. Now next one, 5. So what is the a value now? 10. So what is the total answer now? Now make it total all elements. If you do that until the end of the array, it will just do summation. So whatever, if you add it like, now we will see answer. Yeah. Whatever, you are good with math. Good. I will go here. 31. Who said that? Good. Just addition rate is. Anyway, very good. Any doubts here? Any doubts? But what is the use of this 3? And what is the difference between these 3? Basically, people will just confuse difference between these 3 because they don't know what is the purpose of this 3. These 3 are used for 3 different purposes. Okay? When you know the purpose, you will never forget them and you will never confuse within them. Okay? Is it clear till now? Till now, any doubts, sir? Till now, any doubts, ma? No. No. Someone said it. What if I give the map functions return val I comma return val I? No, no. I didn't understand. Abdul Mabin. You can't return two things. See, if I said it like someone said it like return val comma I. Now see. Now see. Still, is there any differences? Now here, no difference is there. It's like, I think line number, where it is, line number 100. Huh? Where you are printing it, or line number 106. See, instead of printing it val, it is printing indexes. So whatever you return, sir, it will print. It will basically map means, remember, map means every value, whatever the logic you are doing it, it will make it a new array. New array length and the old array length will be same. In map, old array length and the new array length will be same, because for everything it will read. Filter is not like that. Filter new array length will be completely different, because you are filtering based on a condition, right? Right or not? But in reduce also, reduce there is no array only. It will return only one value, which is sum of the things. I used it for some of the things. Majorly, we will use it for some of the things only, but you can use it for so many other purposes also. Okay? Any doubts, ma? Any doubts? No. Now you can try, if you are tomorrow, try to read all the things till now in the notes. And if you are free more, okay, just check it in internet about map, filter, reduce, these things. And I will push this code in the internet, GitHub. You can check it there also. Okay? Yeah. Anyone doubts, ma? Is it clearly good, or is it like you are going about? Tell me, because JavaScript initial stage we are. If you are good now, later it will rock. Else, it is the end. Okay, clear na? Yeah. Just focus more, and tomorrow, sorry, day after tomorrow, we'll discuss more. Okay. Thank you all. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you.